Game as they will begin things at the 40-yard line. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen. Flush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Keep going, keep running, man.
It's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Hollywood Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Going after up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
7. Buccaneers, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Allen will try again on 2nd down. Oh, fighting off the defender. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing is Allen on third. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First down, Buccaneers.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And Brown's got it for a Bronco touchdown. Brown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Broncos 14. Buccaneers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To the air, Allen taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Allen off the play fake. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Hey, normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Their own 41-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
10 yards to go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He gives it up. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Jordan Whitehead on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Jackson going to hold on to it again. On 3rd down, here's Jones. Oh, what a move. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. They go play action now. Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quad Williams.
Intercepted by the Buccaneers. They'll take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down. So after the INT, it's Allen. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
That's
the end result, 21 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and 10. It's Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. This is Mostert.
And the Buccaneers.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Their own 46-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Tampa Bay.
DJ Chark, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
49-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On second down, Mostert. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Throwing now is Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Broncos 21, Buccaneers 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is partner.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Mostert. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
For the extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver off offense at the line, ready to go. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break.
It got his man complete. Past the 20.
I'm the best in the game.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Hollywood Marquise Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability.
He is blocked and no good.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. Marquise Brown on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Broncos 34. Buccaneers 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Brown has the first down and much more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. Here's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and given the first down.
10 at the 18-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And the Broncos are going to have themselves a first and goal as he's out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal. Now it's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now Allen Throwing again. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked good.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, he'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen, eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Completes it to Hardman. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. They'll start with the option. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Complete.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 3.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Gotta get the point. Get on the point right here. Here we go. I got 8. Check.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
4th down, here's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to... The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 2, Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Buccaneers.
Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To the air, Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Allen under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an...
This time Jackson will throw it. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And down inside the 10 at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Jackson caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And Brown's got it for a Denver touchdown. Brown 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Broncos add on.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Allen to throw once more. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We got trips over here.
Now Allen again. Steps away to his left. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
I bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Flush to his right. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Jackson now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The return. The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the 25 on second down. Allen now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Jackson, he's going to keep it himself.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 32 on the play. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Here's Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hey, 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Raheem Mostert. It's 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try it now with Mostert. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.